Hi, if you're watching this video, then you are scheduled sometime in the future for an interview with me on the Survival Podcast. Please watch this full video. It's only about 3 minutes long. It will give you important information to make sure that your interview goes well and gives you the best experience possible, because that's what we're really concerned with. Number one, we use Skype, or I can call you on a phone line. I don't mean to be blunt, but I'm gonna be. I'm not interested in your alternative technologies. I don't care that you use Zoom or something else in the past. We conduct our show 5 days a week. We have procedures. We use one of those two means of communications. If you do not have Skype, that is fine. Just make sure that you either use a landline, or if you're going to rely on your cell phone, make sure you're in an area with good connection and good signal. And during the interview, don't move around. And those interviews generally go just fine, and the audio is fine. I can handle it on my end. However, during the interview, please speak up. Speak like you are at the front of a room giving a lecture or something like that. Don't be really quiet. It's very easy for me to bring your audio down. It takes a lot more effort to bring your audio up. Next, if you are on Skype, which most of our guests do choose to do, when I Skype you, do not answer with video feed. We are an audio-only show. My recording software can kind of get out of sync if we switch from audio-video to just audio. So answering audio only will be appreciated. Next, if you have any additional information beyond the form that you filled out, do not email me or contact me. Send that to Dorothy. Make sure that you bring it to her attention, and she will filter it through to me based on what I need. On top of that, if you have any special deals or something like that for my audience, it's really important that you get that to us well in advance of the interview, at least a week for me to take a look at it. And please, if you know about my member support program, I'm totally interested in discussing doing something with your organization if you sell something for it, but I don't automatically approve people. So if I don't get that in advance, we're not even going to discuss it the day of the interview, because it is a selective program. So I highly encourage you to research it more if you do have a product or a service, but get me a pitch in advance, because I may not say yes. It all depends. I limit different categories and classifications of vendors so that I don't dilute the value of being there for the vendors. Next up, do not call me or email me the day of the interview. Do not try to get in touch with me 5 minutes before the interview and Skype me. I will Skype you or call you, I promise, within 1 minute of our scheduled time. I am never late unless something is drastically wrong. I begin putting the show together, the materials, etc., early in the morning, and I am generally working right up to the last minute before I call you on the show notes and things like that for your show. If you attempt to contact me 15 minutes early, you're interrupting my workflow. Please don't do that to me. I wouldn't do it to you. I won't call you early either. Next, please confirm. Dorothy will send out a confirmation email reminding you of your appearance the week of it, probably Monday at the latest Tuesday, sometimes Sunday of going into that week. If we do not hear back from you by Wednesday morning, we're assuming that you're no-showing the interview. I have to put a show out that day. I can't wait till our scheduled time of 1 p.m. Central to do that. So it is important that you confirm and respond to that confirmation email from Dorothy. Next up, the interview is not live. It is pre-recorded. That means during the interview, at any time, if you feel a need to take a break or something, I've had people that said their kidneys are floating or something by the end of a 1-hour interview. Don't do that. It's no big deal. Just say, hey, I need a break. There'll be a big pause in there, and when I do the editing, it's very, very easy for me to just reach in there and pull that out, and therefore be completely relaxed. If you happen to say something completely stupid, and we all do it at times, don't worry. Just say, hey, I didn't mean that, and I will take it out. In general, though, I have to do very, very little editing. On that note, though, sometimes when you guys are talking and you're really going on and telling a great story, and I want to confirm something or sound smart, I might hit mute, and then I'll Google something so I can sound really smart, and you might finish and catch me off guard. There'll be this uncomfortable silence. If that happens, don't do anything. Don't worry. I'll be back. If we actually lose connection over Skype, you'll know it. It'll give you an alert. It only happens about 4 times a year, but it could be you. So if it does, let it be. Because again, if I have a big blank space in the audio timeline, it makes it really easy for me to suck that out. Next, I have you guys fill out a guest form. And with very, very few exceptions to certain people, you have to provide me setup questions. I assume that you're aware of those setup questions since you wrote them. I assume that you have complete and full answers for them since you wrote them. So I'm going to ask you to please review your own setup questions the day of or the day before the interview, so you're familiar with what I'm going to ask you. I do that to make the entire process comfortable. At the end of this, I want to say thanks. I expected to go 3 minutes. It went 5 minutes. I really look forward to having you on the show. Thank you for your contribution. Rest assured this video is to make sure that your experience is as good as possible. And if you're a corporation, a company, a brand of some kind, that you also get a positive branding experience from exposure on our show to our approximately 200,000 listeners.